Hey, welcome back to Spirit of a Handyman. Today we're going to look at historic blinds and what you can do to try to repair them kind of quickly and free.
He's got the spirit of a handyman, a handyman.
So my wife and I bought this house, which is 100 years old, and it has these beautiful wooden historic blinds, shutters, I don't know what you call these, but some of them were damaged. So as you can see here, the dowel rod doesn't go all the way down. I'm still working on a fix for that. So we're gonna take a look at how to replace one of these missing fans or paddles. I'll just show you what I did, and maybe that will inspire you to try to repair your historic shutters or blinds instead of trying to replace them with something brand new. Alright, so the first step is just to remove the blind. Just remove those pins, put them somewhere where the kids won't grab them, and then obadi, obada. Alright, so here's the shutter. When it sits in the window with this, actually you can see all this dust. Need to clean it, first of all. Sits in the window with this big tooth gap. There's like this little peephole that people can just see right into our house. So the previous owner had left the paddles, gratefully, though they didn't repair it. I went to several shops, couldn't find anybody who would repair these things. They just said they don't have these old pieces anymore. They don't have these old staples, they don't have the dowel rods, they don't have the paddles, and they don't have a way to match the look. So I am now left with the choice of replacing this with a comparable but new product, which costs about $350 a window, or I can just try to repair it. So I'm gonna do a repair as simply as possible, as cheaply as possible, and show you what I think turned out to be pretty decent. Alright, so as you can see, this little paddle has one of the dowel ends over here, but over here it has broken off. So there's a couple ways to do this that I've thought of. I could glue that on and then it'd be complete, but like, how do you seat it in here? So I think I've come up with a better plan. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this panel in with the one good dowel end, and then this end is still free. So I'm gonna hold it in place, and I'm gonna drill through and get myself a new hole, and then I'm going to use a nail that's long enough. You can see I've got a drill bit that's comparable size there. Go ahead and drill through the existing piece and then use this nail as a new peg. Alright, so as you can see, I've got my new hole. I ended up hitting it with the end of the drill, so a little bit of a mark. So now that goes through. I also drilled a new hole in this paddle, and I predict that I'll just be able to slide that nail through there. So there's our nail in place. Just need to push it in, and that should hold it. Alright, so there we go. All things considered, that's pretty discreet, especially since this spends most of its time folded open. But even then, like, I could touch it up with a little bit of stain or paint if I wanted. So now that paddle looks uniform. The only other thing I need to do would be to add a little staple in through here, and then when I move this, that new piece will move along with the other guys. So here's just a standard staple. Its footprint is a little bit too big, so I'm going to try to bend this with some pliers and see if I can make it into kind of that shape. So I bent it into place. I just need to tap it in with a hammer into the holes that are already there, and maybe that will hold it. Alright, so here it is, repaired. Functions just like the other guys. I ended up taking just a regular staple and then bending it into shape, and then used a some kind of plier-y thing that I had down in my tool to pull it into those holes. And so there we go. Now it works. All right, now it doesn't solve the entire blind, because actually I would need to either add on or replace this dowel rod in order to fix this whole set. But I have these little shenanigans running around, and so I'll probably do that when we move to actually repair and replace the entire set to fix this guy. But in the meantime, I've got that paddle back in place. It functions. It's good for now. So this has been another episode of Spirit of a Handyman, hopefully empowering you to go out there and try your hand at something. Who knows? Maybe you also will end up being handier at it than you thought. So that's what I've come up with this particular how-to. Post your comments, what your suggestions are, or maybe a company who does blind repair. I would love to hear about a historic blind repair company, because I'd be willing to pay the money, but as right now I haven't found anybody who does that. The only option was doing it myself, doing it yourself. So let's start a dialogue down below and figure out how we can do this together. In the meantime, stay tuned for more videos from Spirit of a Handyman.